All right, Leafs Nation, here's a rumor that could really heat up the trade market. It's not just any name, either. We're talking about a proven scorer, a two-time Stanley Cup champion, and the kind of player who could jump right onto Austin Matthews' wing and start making an impact from day one. That player, Bryan Rust of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, here's the backdrop to all of this. Around the league, there's a growing belief that the Penguins, led by former Leafs general manager Kyle Dubas, are getting ready to hit the reset button, and not just a little retool. We're talking about a full rebuild, eyes firmly set on the big prize, Gavin McKenna, the projected first overall pick in 2026. If Pittsburgh is serious about chasing that kind of future, it means moving out veterans. And while Sidney Crosby is almost certainly staying put, a lot of other familiar names could be on the move. That's where Bryan Rust comes in. He's 33 years old, he plays right wing, and he's coming off the best season of his career. 31 goals, 65 points, and still skating like a guy 5 years younger. He's a six-time 20-goal scorer, he's got 2 Stanley Cup rings, and he plays the kind of reliable, north-south no-nonsense hockey that coaches love. In other words, he has exactly the kind of veteran you want in your top 6 if you're trying to win right now. So why would the Leafs be interested? Simple, they still have a hole in their top 6 forward group. After Mitch Marner left this offseason, Toronto has been looking for the right mix on that first line. With Austin Matthews and Matthew Knies, Rust would be a natural fit, a hard-working winger who can finish plays, forecheck like a demon, and make life miserable for opposing defensemen. And the bonus? He's under contract for 3 more years, at a very reasonable $5.125 million per season. That's a great number for a player who consistently produces 20-plus goals and has playoff experience. Now, here's where things get tricky. If the Penguins do put Rust on the trade block, the demand is going to be massive. We're talking about a guy who can help almost any contender, who's locked in at a fair cap hit, and who brings leadership and championship experience to the room. That means there's going to be a bidding war, and this is where it gets tough for Toronto. The Leafs are already short on trade assets after recent moves, and competing against other teams with deeper prospect pools and more draft capital could be a real challenge. And let's be honest, Kyle Dubas knows this Leafs roster inside and out. He knows their prospects, their contract situations, and exactly what they'd be willing to pay. That could make negotiations interesting. Would Dubas want to help his former team if it meant giving them a key piece for a playoff run? Or would he push the price so high that Brad Treliving would have to walk away? From a hockey standpoint, Rust checks so many boxes for Toronto, it's almost a perfect match. He brings scoring, he brings consistency, he brings work ethic, and he's proven he can perform under playoff pressure. You can picture it now. Matthews in the middle, Knies on the left, Rust on the right. A balance of size, skill, and experience that could drive opposing coaches crazy. But here's the flip side. He's 33 years old. 3 years left on the deal means you're paying him through his age 36 season. And while he hasn't shown major signs of slowing down, we all know how quickly things can change in this league once a player gets into their mid-30s. It's not just about what Rust brings today, it's about whether he'll still be worth that cap hit in year 2 and year 3. Still, for a team in Toronto's position, you don't make moves just for the future. You make moves to win now. And if Bryan Rust can give you 2 or 3 more years of productive, hard-nosed, 25-goal hockey, that might be worth whatever you'd have to send to Pittsburgh. The question is whether the Leafs can actually win the bidding war. So let's throw it back to you. Should Brad Treliving push Olin for Bryan Rust, knowing he might have to outbid half the league? Or is this the kind of deal where Toronto ends up as the runner-up because the price is just too high? Either way, if Rust's name really does hit the market, expect the rumors to start flying fast. Because a player like that, with that track record, at that cap hit, doesn't stay available for long.